We people stripping people down from Atlanta. That was my car.
She was in my car.
When they're like, we do this on Friday.
I gotta say, after we shot that scene,
No problem.
we shot the scene and we wrapped up with Age.
Ashley Dasta.
Yeah, where's Ashley?
Right here.
Right, Ashley. Ashley. These are all her friends. No, she was actually like, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, there came.
What are we doing?
S&M casting.
Local, Georgia filming.
Complete real swamp. We did not use any no fake swamps were used. We shot at Wormslow in Savannah. So, yeah.
There's no quicksand.
Rattlesnake.
That question right there. The hypothetical sequel y'all are planning, is there plans for a baby that came Is it possible that the male is going to give birth to a baby?
That might be why she returned.
Look at all of them.
Who else? Here, I'll let the moderator. All right, back here in the back, I see one.
I liked a lot of the story arcs through the film, and I thought Matt had a really interesting story arc, and it's kind of like he redeemed himself. I mean, he got them all in trouble in the first place, and then finally he kind of pulled it all out. I wonder if we might talk about that.
Redeeming story arc.
I just had to pull the earbuds out of your ear and make it all work. That's what I had to do.
You were much more likable than I thought you would ever be.
I don't even know how to answer that question.
Yeah, no,
This is why we have writers.
I think you start out as a failed portrait of masculinity, right? You're trying really hard to be the man, right? And you're not very good at that. But in the end, you come in and you are a savior, and then you are a protector, and you do a masculine role in taking care of your baby brother. And so I think you were trying to take care of your baby brother all along. You're just going about it in the wrong way, right?
I have a question about the composer, because I know this composer, he's done a lot of stuff. So can you tell us a little bit about how you, I guess, pieced it together and everything, and what your inspiration was to compose the movie? Can you tell us some stuff that you've done also, because the audience may not know, but I do.
I did not do this. Actually, outside of LA, I get mistaken for a football player, Chris Carter. I have worked on actually a lot of animated television series. I did, starting with the animated series, Batman Beyond. And then everything changed when I met Greg Fisher. And really the inspiration for scoring SiREN is that is to sit down with Greg, because he's already captured such, it's an exciting, engrossing film. There's always lots of stuff that the writers have presented for us to kind of, as a composer, to sink our creative teeth into. And what was really exciting about SiREN was the fact that the characters sing. So we had to talk about how to use song to capture the men's minds, and then the basic three notes, the da 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 that she sings, kind of ended up. We used that for the entire score. So the strings are doing it, and the French horn tuning, and it all starts with just one little germ of an idea.
And she was singing.
Yes.
Like on set.
Yeah, that actually.
Everything that it is.
Hannah actually is the vocalist, so she sang that. She did that stuff.
Did you do all the work with the synthesizer, or did you actually have an orchestra help you with that?
It was all done in my studio.
All right.
I was just going to say, Hannah couldn't make it here tonight. She really wanted to be here, but she's getting married today.
All right, there's one way in the back. I want to forget that.
It looked to me like the ending, you left it open-ended, because he could have easily stabbed her and saved his wife, but he didn't. He put the knife down, and he's off in the Never Never Land. So that looks like an ending that SiREN 2 is going to take place. Is that true?
Open-ended. Was she the baby's mama or daddy or however you say it? Who wants to tackle that one? Open-ended. Well, I mean, horror's open-ended though, you know. But anybody want to answer that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the actual ending scene was Greg's pitch. I think it originally ended at the church, and you wanted one more, that the alien queen, power loader sequence. He wanted one little extra thing at the end.
Yeah.
And as far as him putting the knife down, I think we wanted to be very careful and make sure that Lily be misunderstood, but not outright villainous. And I think it would have been, Jonah would have been pretty monstrous to stab her for a misunderstanding, essentially. So he did the only thing he could do, which was offer up himself to protect his wife.
Well, I would say after the love scene in the graveyard, he's definitely open-ended. So.
What do you got?
First of all, I don't think actors really got to that. I want to know if the actors were able to improvise when they had to stick.
Actors improvising. What does that mean, Justin?
Pretty much means I do whatever I want with the script. Yeah. So I know Dave Bruckner. We did The Signal together. We've done all these movies together. When it came about, it was one of these things that many things are written for the idea of this is how it has to be for the plot. But then you get there on the spot and how you need to do it for what we're doing is something much more live. And there are times when Greg is literally right next door filming something that is, there's Chase and it's Anna and they're doing this, and then Dave Bruckner and I are right next door torturing Hayes Mercure, and knocking off his knees with Patrick Wood, and we're right next door. What? The sound man is telling me that we didn't have the right sound. But yeah, so I think all of the plot was exactly how it needed to be. I think the writing was exactly what we needed to do, and I think there were times that absolutely the people that are brought to it have to be able to say what they need to that makes it the movie. Please.
Just in the casting, you want to cast people who can bring the missing pages of the script, and that's what I did here with these guys. It's like I wanted to be open to their ideas of like if you don't feel right saying this line I want you to challenge me with it and let's change it and find the right way, because that's kind of where the good stuff happens, I think, in that land. So
I think it was a lot funnier. Like at the time, while you're doing it, that this was funnier while we were doing it than even the horror ones. Yeah, you're kind of really, you're just really surprised that in the middle of torturing somebody, this is extremely funny. That while you look at somebody whose brother just died, it's extremely funny. You're extremely funny.
Question right here.
Yeah. Was it primarily shot here in Atlanta, right?
Savannah.
Savannah, right. The incentives, how helpful was that to the project? Were you able to utilize incentives?
Not me personally, but I didn't. The executive producers, before I even knew where they want to shoot them, I thought this would be great in Savannah. And then it turns out, I was talking to the writers, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're from Savannah. We wrote the in Savannah." So it's just kind of like it meant all roads led to Savannah, Georgia. Yeah, that's where we ended up shooting. So it really worked out. And you drive around and be like, hey, there's Garden City. This isn't as cool as it is in the script. Woo, there's Temptation. Yeah, he'd written places that he'd seen around Spain.
Fucking ideal.
All right, hold on, over here.
First of all, bravo to everyone. I very much enjoyed the film. My question is for Greg. Going into this is obviously on my students. I'd like to know from your standpoint, how did you approach that knowing there's the danger side as well as the pace and physicality and the size of your crew? And did you find that you were able to meet your days, or because of the type of shooting you're doing, it slowed you down? And I would like to hear how that played out for you.
Yeah, really good question. We basically, we were very low budget on this movie, and we had very minimal time. So it ended up being, quote was, no room for error. Like, we couldn't, miss a day, or we wouldn't get it. And we just wouldn't have, we shot for 22 days, and it was all night. So, those of you not in the film business, when you shoot at night, it adds an extra challenge, and it's really slow. Because say, like if I'm shooting the scene here, I need to shot him. All right, we gotta light the background right there. Gotta make, gotta see everything 'cause it's pitch dark. Gotta make it look real. And now we're getting Mike, turn around the camera. We're getting him here. Oh, now we're pitch black. We gotta light this whole thing. And it just takes forever. So you just have to really, really plan your days and get everything, that's pointing this way, all in the quickest you can, and then turn it around. It was hard. I'm not gonna lie. It was tough, and it was fun at the same time.
What was the size of your crew?
We had all keys filled. Yeah, all keys filled. I don't know what number.
The credits were kind of long.
We basically had all the key, we had all the key crew and with some assistant.
It's really hardcore when you film at night, one way or the other, especially when everything is at night, because one way or the other, the entire idea is that everybody's got to fucking rush from about 5 p.m. until the morning, and you're scraping everything until the morning. And all of a sudden, we call it vampire living. You're right at the edge of the sun. You're like, one more shot, one more shot.
TV and film, I don't know why we don't go home crying every night. One last question.
Far right back.
She's been holding her hand up for an hour.
Who was your makeup artist, and was there any discussion or planning regarding what you wanted to see practically versus what you wanted to see with visual effects?
Good question. Renata Anderson was our makeup effects lady, and initially starting out, we wanted to do as much as possible on the camera, because that's the kind of movies I love that I grew up on. I like seeing things real on set, and actors can react to real things. I knew it'd be a bit of a blend of visual effects and practical. For example, you have the Lily's face. That's practical effect on her face, but then in the computer we just kind of pull her eyes apart a little bit, so it's just a little off-putting, and just adds a bit. So the whole thing is not to use the same trick twice. So sometimes the tail is CG, sometimes it's real, sometimes the wing is real, sometimes it's fake, and just you kind of just keep switching it. So it's just that magician's rule. Just don't do the same trick twice.
What kind of camera did you shoot with?
Sony F55.
What was the total budget?
Budget.
$30.
A budget.
Whatever it is. $27.
Every independent film gets asked that in these Q&As. What is your budget? What is your budget? You ever notice under $1 million? Somewhere under $1 million. No, you ever notice asking independent films what their budget is? It's kind of like asking a woman how much they weigh. Alexa, you want to check out the other film?
chance to look at it, it's great if you haven't seen it. I love that film as well, so check that film out. Definitely. Thank you guys for coming. Go hashtag and tweet. Go say that you saw it, that it was amazing. Thank you guys for coming. This is the last night of Atlanta Film Festival, 40 years.